This segment brought to you by SureCrop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now Kyle and Wesley Spurlock talk about the two top uses for U.S. corn and the importance of international trade to corn producers.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer visiting with Wesley Spurlock. He's with the National Corn Growers Association. You know, Wesley, in our lifetime, the yields on corn have grown tremendously, and that means we have to find a market for that corn year after year, and that is one of the major things that the National Corn Growers works on.
I was going to say, we are always looking, but we've reiterated our stance on as these crops continue to grow and we look at what's going on. This new technology has made it to where we raise more bushels per acre. We're doing it with less fertilizer, less water, less herbicides, pesticides. The new technologies are really environmentally friendly and they're working well, and we're also just producing these huge crops. So at National Corn Growers, our emphasis is on demand. And when we talk about it, we say demand, demand, and more demand. And what we're looking at is that the livestock industry is awfully important. And livestock eats a third of our grain. It eats the DDGs that are coming out of the ethanol industry, which is our second major user of our corn crop, and then the exports. But you look at all of these and it goes back to trade, how effective and how good trade is for American agriculture and for the U.S. as a whole. This trade deals that we have in the works right now, the Transpacific Partnership, is a very important piece of, it'll be legislation, but it's a very important trade pact that needs to be looked at closely. It needs to be brought forward and approved because it will help our nation's economy as a whole.
Well, truly, and when we talk about trade, it's not just helping the farmers. We help everything when we export. I mean, a lot of employment and keeps the balance of trade. So when we sell to other countries, we can bring other goods in that consumers want in this country.
I was going to say that's exactly right, because all of our electronics are coming in basically from overseas. The majority of our cotton crops are being shipped out. So our shirts and our clothes are all coming back in from overseas. So as we export, we offset these trade balances, and that is really important for the economy to keep our economy strong and growing and moving into the future.
You know, a few years ago, we had kind of the perfect storm with demand where we had a shortage of crop and we had ethanol ramping up, and there was a big debate on food versus fuel. But that debate is gone.
I was going to say the debate came, and you were looking at it when we had this, when the corn jumped to $7, $8 for just a very few months before it dropped back into the $5 range, and now we're in the low threes. Some producers are only getting $2.70, 80 cents this year for their corn, well below the cost of production. But it is really important to have the trade to work it. The majority of our corn is used, as we say, it's in feed for livestock. It's the exports, the ethanol. Only 2% of our crop is actually what you will go buy in a grocery store that is food. So that 2% is important. It's great quality, and we continue to grow that and use it. But we have got plenty of corn, and right now we're looking at carryovers in the 2 billion plus range.
We're visiting with Wesley Spurlock. He's with the National Corn Growers Association. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Kyle. Come back after the break for the Kansas Farm Bureau update.
This is Eric Stonestreet, and as many of you know, I love my home state of Kansas. In March, Kansas ranchers lost homes, equipment, and thousands of cattle from the largest wildfires in the state's history. Imagine losing all you have in a fire. Not just your house, but your livelihood. Ranchers are beginning to rebuild, but it will take years and tens of millions of dollars to build back herds, fences, and other infrastructure. Today, I'm asking you to help. Donate what you can and and show your support to the ranchers of Kansas. Simply go to kansasfires.com. Your donation is tax deductible and will go to those who need it the most.